Hello, my friend. Why don't you pull up a comfortable chair and let's have a little chat? We are with Love for Senior, and our mission is to bring you useful information that can help you live your best life. Maybe you've got a small bowl of nuts on the table next to you. For as long as we can remember, we've been told they're one of the healthiest snacks around, a real gift from nature. And for the most part, that's absolutely true. But as we journey through our 60s, 70s, and beyond, our bodies change. The foods that were once perfectly fine can start to cause little problems we never had before. Our digestion is a bit more sensitive. Our joints might have a few more aches, and keeping our energy up can feel like a full-time job. Our bodies are like classic cars that have been on the road for decades. They still have a lot of life in them, but they need the right kind of fuel and maintenance. What if we told you that some of the most popular nuts in America might be quietly working against your health goals? And what if there were other nuts that could act like a daily dose of wellness, specifically helping with the things we care about most, like keeping our minds sharp, our bones strong, our hearts healthy, and our vitality strong? Gentlemen, let's share a hard truth that many men never hear. The very first sign that your blood vessels are clogging is not chest pain or a heart attack. It is the slow, silent loss of your erections. When the veins and arteries leading to your penis narrow, blood can no longer rush in the way it once did. And what was once effortless now feels weak, frustrating, and deeply discouraging. This isn't just about aging. It's about circulation. And ignoring it can rob you not only of intimacy, but of years from your life. Think of your body as a network of roads. When the smallest, most delicate roads start to get blocked, it's a very early signal that the major highways, your main arteries, are also in trouble. Your intimate health is a canary in the coal mine for your heart health. The key to bringing that vitality back is not hidden in a pill, but in a handful of 4 simple nuts you can buy at the grocery store. These ordinary foods carry extraordinary power. They can open your blood vessels, boost nitric oxide, and bring life back to the very organ that makes you feel like a man. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. No complicated science words, no confusing charts, just a simple, friendly guide to help you make the best choices for your snack bowl. We'll start with 4 nuts you want to be eating more often, and then we'll cover a few you might want to be a little more careful with. Think of this as sharing a little bit of wisdom, friend to friend. Why pills fail and natural solutions win. In our research, we've found that countless men have turned to prescription bottles, hoping it would be the magic fix to their intimate struggles. At first, the pills may seem like a miracle. They can force the blood to rush in, creating an erection on demand. For a brief moment, a man feels like himself again. But when we look at the whole picture, we often have to ask a harder question. Do you feel truly healthy, or do you feel like you're just pushing your body to perform? Almost always the truth comes out. The headaches, the flushing, the racing heartbeat, the sense of depending on a pill to feel like a man, it weighs on him. And worse, it never addresses the underlying issue. Those same clogged arteries, the same declining circulation, the same silent warning signs remain untouched. Imagine trying to fix a traffic jam by simply adding a few more lanes at the end of a congested road. It might help for a minute, but it doesn't solve the core problem of what's causing the congestion further back. Pills can sometimes act like that, temporarily forcing a result without actually healing the root cause. We believe that masking a symptom is far less powerful than healing the root. That's why natural solutions matter. When you strengthen blood vessels and open circulation with foods and nutrients your body recognizes, you are not just creating a temporary response. You are rebuilding vitality from the inside out. You feel the difference not only in the bedroom, but when you wake up with more energy, when your mind feels clearer, and when your heart feels stronger. Pills can trick your body for a moment, but nature can restore your body for a lifetime. Natural solutions work on a cellular level. They provide the raw materials your body needs to produce its own healing compounds and repair itself. For instance, the nutrients in certain nuts don't just force blood flow. They help your body produce the nitric oxide that naturally relaxes and widens blood vessels, just as it was designed to do. This is a fundamental, long-term fix, not a temporary, forced solution. It's about giving your body the tools to fix itself. Part 1. 4 nuts to power you up. These are the nuts that act like a daily hug for your health, the ones you want to invite into your home and make part of your daily routine. 1. Walnuts, the artery cleaner and ultimate brain booster. If you look closely at a walnut, it looks just like a tiny little brain with two halves and even little folds and wrinkles. That's nature's beautiful way of giving us a hint about what this incredible nut is good for. Based on the research we've explored, walnuts are among the most powerful foods you can eat for your blood vessels. They are the undisputed champions of the firefighter fat, omega-3. This is the same super healthy fat found in fatty fish, and walnuts are the best source you can find from a plant. This amazing omega-3 fat is a master at calming down inflammation all over your body, helping to soothe those achy joints and protect the delicate lining of your blood vessels. But its favorite place to work is in your brain. Your brain is made of over 60% fat, so feeding it the right kind of fat is like giving it the premium fuel it needs to run well. Eating walnuts regularly is one of the single best dietary habits you can adopt to nourish your mind and help keep your thinking clear and focused. They also contain high amounts of arginine, the very amino acid that fuels the production of nitric oxide, the molecule that allows blood vessels to open wide and deliver blood where it is needed most. Yes, even to the penis. The arginine in walnuts acts as a precursor to nitric oxide, which is a key signaling molecule that tells the smooth muscle in your arteries to relax. This relaxation is what allows for the increased blood flow essential for strong erections and healthy circulation. It's not a forced, artificial action. It's your body's own natural response, enhanced by the right fuel. A friendly suggestion, about a handful, which is 7 whole walnuts, is a great daily serving. The slightly bitter, papery skin is where many of the best antioxidants are found, so it's very important to eat it. It's best to store walnuts in your refrigerator or freezer to keep them fresh and potent, as their healthy fats can go rancid if left at room temperature for too long. 2. Pistachios, the heart and eye protector and nature's Viagra. Don't overlook these little green and purple gems. Pistachios are a wonderfully fun snack that do some very serious and important work to protect two things we hold dear: our heart and our vitality. For men, pistachios hold a powerful secret for circulation and sexual health. They are full of a mineral called potassium, which helps your body get rid of the extra salt we get too much of in our diets. This allows our blood vessels to relax, helping to keep your blood pressure in a healthier range. They are also packed with 2 special nutrients called lutein and zeaxanthin. These sound like complicated words, but their job is simple. Think of them as a pair of internal sunglasses. After you eat them, they travel directly to your eyes and settle in the back part, where they act as a filter, helping to protect your delicate vision cells from the damaging rays of the sun and the blue light from screens. They are a powerful defense against age-related eye problems. Most importantly, we have found that clinical studies have shown that men who ate pistachios daily for just 3 weeks saw real improvements in erectile function. The reason lies in their high content of arginine, the amino acid that your body turns into nitric oxide, opening blood vessels and allowing strong, healthy blood flow. It's why many in the health community call them nature's Viagra, because unlike a pill, they nourish your entire vascular system, helping not only the penis but also the heart and brain. In addition, pistachios contain phytosterols, which are plant compounds that are structurally similar to cholesterol. They can help block the absorption of cholesterol in the intestines, further supporting your cardiovascular health. A friendly suggestion: a healthy handful of in-shell, unsalted pistachios is a perfect afternoon snack. The simple act of having to pop each one open makes you slow down, eat more mindfully, and provides built-in portion control. It's an automatic way to keep from over-snacking. 3. Almonds, your bone's best friend and the hormone balancer. Among all the nuts, almonds carry a special place because they do more than support circulation. They help balance the very hormones that drive desire and vitality in men. Think of almonds as the little guardians of your entire body, especially your skeleton and your mind. They are just packed with goodness, and are one of the most reliable and beneficial nuts you can eat. Keeping our bones strong so we can stay active, garden, and play with grandkids is at the top of the list for all of us. We all know calcium is the star player here, and almonds are full of it. But building strong bones is like a big construction project. You need a good foreman, magnesium, to tell the bricks where to go, and mortar, phosphorus, to hold them together. Almonds give you the entire bone-building crew in one neat little package. Magnesium is a vital cofactor in hundreds of enzyme reactions in the body. including those that help get calcium from your bloodstream and deposit it into your bones. For men, the secret also lies in the nutrition they provide for your hormones. They are rich in zinc, a mineral essential for maintaining healthy testosterone levels. Testosterone may not be the sole factor in intimacy, but it is crucial for sustaining desire, energy, and confidence. Zinc is a key component in the enzymes that produce testosterone. Almonds also provide vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that improves blood flow and protects cells from damage. These nutrients combine to give the body what it needs to stay in balance, strengthening not only physical performance but also emotional connection. A friendly suggestion: a small handful a day is the perfect amount, about 20-25 almonds. The thin brown skin is full of good antioxidants, so be sure to leave it on. If you have sensitive digestion, you can try soaking them in a bowl of water overnight. This makes them a bit softer and even easier to digest. 4. Brazil nuts, the one-a-day wonder. Now, this last one is very special and very powerful. The Brazil nut is not like other nuts. Think of it less as a snack and more as your daily nutritional supplement in its most natural form. It's so powerful that we have to treat it with respect. Do you ever feel tired and sluggish for no good reason? Do you get cold easily? Do you struggle with a little brain fog? All of these can sometimes be related to your thyroid. Your thyroid is a small, butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, but it's the master controller of your body's engine, your metabolism. To run properly, your thyroid absolutely must have a mineral called selenium. It's non-negotiable. And Brazil nuts are, by far, the richest and most potent source of selenium on the entire planet. Selenium is like the spark plug for your body's engine. Without it, the engine can't fire up properly, and everything feels slow and sluggish. A proper amount of selenium helps keep your thyroid happy and your metabolism humming along as it should. This is the most important part of our entire chat today, so please listen carefully. Because Brazil nuts are so incredibly potent with selenium, you must not, under any circumstances, eat them by the handful. Just one single Brazil nut a day gives you all the selenium your body needs, and sometimes even a little more. It's that powerful. If you eat too many, you can get too much selenium, a condition called selenosis, which can be harmful and cause issues like hair loss, fatigue, brittle nails, and even nerve problems. So please, we ask you to remember this simple but crucial rule. A friendly suggestion: this is the easiest one of all. Just have one single Brazil nut each day. You can have it with your breakfast, as a small snack, or whenever you remember. That's all it takes to get all of its amazing, energizing benefits safely. Part 2: 3 nuts to be a little careful with. This isn't about saying these nuts are bad. It's just about understanding them better so you can decide what's right for your body right now. 1. Peanuts, the one with a few hidden secrets. Oh, the humble peanut. It's an American classic, right up there with baseball and apple pie. They feel familiar and comforting. But as our bodies have gotten wiser, we need to be wiser about peanuts too. Fun fact: peanuts aren't really nuts. They're a legume like a bean or a pea, and they grow underground. Because it's warm and damp down there, it's the perfect environment for a type of mold to sometimes grow. While the peanut butter you buy at a major grocery store is generally very safe due to strict testing, this mold can create a toxin called aflatoxin that can put extra stress on a liver that's already worked a long, hard life. Your liver is a champion filter, but after decades of hard work, it can get a little slower and less efficient. Minimizing any extra burden on it is always a smart move. This secret is even more important for many of us because we can actually feel it. Peanuts are packed with a fire-starter fat called omega-6. Now, our bodies need a little bit of it, but the average American diet gives us way too much. We get it in cooking oils, crackers, and all sorts of processed foods. At the same time, we don't get nearly enough of the firefighter fat, omega-3. When you have far more fire starters than firefighters, you get a state of low-level inflammation in your body. That inflammation feels like that stubborn stiffness in your fingers that makes it hard to open a jar in the morning, or the groan your knees make when you get up from your favorite chair. A friendly suggestion: you don't have to give up that satisfying nutty crunch. Simply try swapping out your daily handful of peanuts for a handful of walnuts or almonds. It's like sending in the firefighters instead of the fire starters. 2. Cashews, the sneaky sugar spiker. Cashews are just the creamiest, most delicious things. But that rich, sweet nature is a clue to their secret. They can play some serious tricks on your blood sugar and aren't the best friend to your bones. Compared to other nuts, cashews have a surprising amount of carbohydrates. When you eat them, your body turns those carbs into sugar for energy, but cashews don't have a lot of fiber to act as the brakes. So, when you eat a handful, that sugar can hit your bloodstream all at once, like a race car hitting the accelerator. This is what's known as a high glycemic index food. It sends you on a blood sugar roller coaster, causing an energy rush followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired, foggy-headed, and irritable. Keeping your blood sugar stable, like a calm, rolling hill instead of a steep roller coaster, is one of the best things you can do for your long-term energy, mood, and health. Here's another little secret that matters a lot to us. Cashews contain something called oxalates. Think of oxalates as tiny, greedy little grabbers. When they are in your stomach at the same time as other healthy foods, they can grab onto important minerals, especially calcium, and form a bond so tight that your body can't absorb them. At our age, every single milligram of calcium is precious. We need it to keep our bones strong and dense, to lower our risk of a fall, and to prevent a fracture that could change our lives. We want all the wonderful calcium we get from our milk, yogurt, or leafy greens to go directly to our bones. A friendly suggestion: if you truly love that creamy, satisfying feeling, give almonds a try. They are much kinder and gentler to your blood sugar and are loaded with the very calcium your bones are asking for. 3. Macadamia nuts, the delicious calorie bomb. Oh, macadamia nuts are a taste of pure luxury, but they are the heavyweight champions of the nut world when it comes to calories, and that's something we need to be mindful of. Our body's internal furnace just doesn't burn as hot as it did when we were 30. Our metabolism naturally slows down as we get older, which means it's a lot easier to put on a few pounds, especially around the middle, and a lot harder to take them off. Macadamia nuts pack more calories into a single tiny ounce than any other nut. Just one small handful can have over 200 calories. That's more than a scoop of premium vanilla ice cream or a frosted donut. It is so easy to sit down with a TV show and mindlessly eat a whole bowl of them. Before you know it, you've eaten the calorie equivalent of a small meal. That can quickly add up, leading to extra weight that puts a strain on our back, our hips, our knees, and especially our heart. While most of the fat in macadamia nuts is the healthy monounsaturated kind, they do have more saturated fat than most other nuts. Experts still advise us to go easy on saturated fat to help keep our bad LDL cholesterol in check. Keeping that number low is one of the best ways we can show our heart some love and keep it healthy for the long haul. And let's talk about something really practical: our teeth. Over the years, our teeth have done a lot of work. Many of us have crowns, fillings, bridgework, or dentures. Macadamia nuts are as hard as little pebbles. Biting down on one the wrong way can be a recipe for a cracked tooth, a lost crown, and an expensive, uncomfortable trip to the dentist. A friendly suggestion: when you want a satisfying crunch without overloading on calories, pistachios are a wonderful and fun choice. They are much lighter in calories, and the simple act of shelling them makes you slow down and savor each one. By the time you've finished, you'll feel satisfied without having overdone it. How to use these nuts daily. Over the years, we've found that one of the most common questions we hear after explaining the power of these 4 nuts is, "All right, but how do I actually use them?" And we understand why men ask. It's one thing to know what foods help, but it's another to weave them into your daily life in a way that's simple and sustainable. The key is not in eating a large amount once in a while, but in building a small, consistent habit that your body can rely on. Around 1 to 2 ounces daily, which is just a modest handful, is enough to steadily improve circulation, protect your heart, and support vitality. The beauty of these nuts is their versatility. You can sprinkle them over oatmeal, mix them into a salad, or simply enjoy them raw. What matters most is that you make them part of your routine, not an occasional treat. Here is a simple plan to make these powerful nuts a daily habit. Morning: add a small handful of walnuts and almonds to your oatmeal or yogurt, or just grab a handful with your morning coffee. Afternoon: take a small bag of in-shell pistachios with you to work or on errands to eat as a satisfying mid-afternoon snack. The simple act of shelling them will keep you from eating too many. Evening: have a small handful of walnuts and a few almonds as a snack with a cup of herbal tea before bed. This will give you the calming omega-3s and melatonin to help with sleep. Daily dose: remember your single Brazil nut. Have it with your breakfast, or save it for a small afternoon snack. Once men experience how simple this change can be, they often begin to notice something deeper stirring within them, because improving circulation and energy is not just about the body. It touches the heart, the spirit, and the emotional bond with the person you love. Emotional side of intimacy after 60. In our conversations with men, they often begin by talking about performance or the mechanics of physical connection. But as the conversation deepens, something more honest emerges. Many quietly admit that what they miss most is not just the physical act, but the closeness, the laughter, the way their wife used to rest her head on their shoulder afterward. We've heard men say with tears in their eyes, "I don't want to feel like I'm failing her. I just want to hold her the way I used to." That moment reminded us that intimacy is never just about the body. It is about connection, confidence, and the simple joy of feeling wanted and capable again. When circulation falters and vitality weakens, it's easy for a man to feel as though he is losing a part of himself. This can lead to a sense of shame or defeat. But when he begins to restore blood flow, when his body responds again, something powerful happens inside. His posture changes, his eyes brighten, and his partner feels that spark returning. Intimacy after 60 is not about trying to recreate the past. It is about rediscovering connection in the present, fueled by health, trust, and shared passion. It's about feeling capable and confident again, not just for yourself, but for the person you love. This is why the 4 nuts we've talked about are so much more than food. They are small daily choices that carry enormous emotional weight, because they give you back not just circulation, but closeness. The bigger picture, protecting your life. We often share with our community that the very same arteries that bring blood to the penis are the ones that feed the heart and the brain. When vitality fades, it is not just about intimate health. It is your body's early warning sign that circulation is in trouble. We've heard from men who were worried about their performance only to later discover they were on the edge of a heart attack. And we've seen others who made simple, consistent changes like adding these 4 nuts daily. And not only did their vitality return, but their blood pressure dropped, their energy rose, and their risk for heart disease fell. My dear friend, thank you for spending this time with us today. On behalf of With Love for Senior, we hope our little chat has left you feeling empowered, not worried. This isn't about being afraid of food or creating a long list of things you can't have. It's about understanding that your body has new needs now, and you have the wisdom to meet them. The power to feel your best is right there in your hands, in that little snack bowl. So, tell us, which of these wonderful, healthy nuts are you excited to try adding to your day?